Fish.
It's up north on the county line at 700 west. And,
West of Switzer.
before 700 north.
So what they do on the winter ditch?
West of Switzer.
Log jams or
Yeah,
what?
No, it's a tile and a short open ditch. It's up in, Richland Township
Okay,
on the county line.
okay, no problem.
It's a small one.
Oh, you need to mention them,
Yeah, on the winter. That's Dixie's.
Oh. Here you go.
Redo the rock chutes where water crosses county road to prevent erosion. You had 9 hours of a mini excavator and 11 hours of a skid and steer, 4 hours of dump truck.
No, I just look forward to that.
That's right where it crosses, the tile crosses and surface water crosses, and then it hits the little short section of our open ditch. It's called the Winger. It's called something else when it gets to Miami County. David Smith, and she's tried to put it on maintenance and it failed.
Boy, you need a motion.
We need a motion for these set of claims.
Motion we pass.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Cates, second, Mr. Goff. Any other questions, comments? Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor would say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that is unanimous. Let's take a stab at the next couple.
Okay, IMI Stone, $2,701.45. This is on Pipe Creek before the county line, west county line, to fix a lot of erosion areas that the landowner had cleared a lot of that himself. And that's when we discovered them. We did some clearing right along the ditch bank in the past. $158,929 in the fund.
Move we pay this claim.
That was for Wimmer Farms.
Motion, Mr. Cox,
Second.
second, Mr. Goff. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and those abstaining? Carried 3-1 abstention. All right, one more to pay.
Then Cook Excavating on the Connor property, $1,760 on Big Deer Creek, $26,097 in the fund. And that was that log jam removal.
You make it, I'll second.
Move we pay this claim.
Motion, Mr. Cox.
Second.
Second, Mr. Cates. All righty, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor would say aye.
Aye.
Aye, those abstaining?
Aye.
Carried 3-1 abstention. We have paid our bills.
And we're gonna have a really big bill coming in from Miami County. We'll have to prepare a picture of it. South of Santa Fe, Miami County Fair's taking care of it because we handle the money. Eric Bragg's been out, and he's broke a couple cables, but it's a massive log jam where, you couldn't really see it from the road, but they're working on that and we'll get a big bill on that.
Which creek?
That's
drain is
Pipe
that?
Creek in Miami County,
Pipe Creek.
south of Santa Fe off of 19.
Santa Fe.
Huh?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe?
Hey.
Fe.
Santa Fe.
If you have a Hispanic heritage, it's Fay. If you have a Hispanic heritage, it's Fay.
I had this
What did I say?
Fee.
Santa Fe.
That's like the.
Yeah, you know where it's at.
Yeah, we know where it's at. On WWW.
All right.
Like the time you read the
Years ago,
dress, that it's
said
free.
Swazi. Swazi.
Swazi.
There'll be a lot of people can't pronounce that one.
Yeah.
All right. As of last week, we didn't have anything coming from the city yet on Little Crane Pond. We've got 4 more meetings, right, Gordon, to get that taken care of.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to new business. Long Branch and
Mike Swanner, and we've been out and visited him. Wasn't necessary really for him to be here. I've showed Mark, I guess I'll show you guys real quick. He's on Farmington Road. This barn was built in 1910. and he wants to do some remodeling. Well, he's actually 62 feet from the top of the ditch bank, 22 feet from where the hill breaks off to the floodplain. This is a shaded floodplain. So this steep hill, it's never going to be up on this barn, and it's, Kenny Hoskins kept a good roof on it. It was built in 1910, and we just need to give him a variance so he can get his permits from area plan. And I don't think there's, we don't need we don't need to sign a hold harmless agreement because water will never get to there because it's not in the floodplain. It's on a hill. It was built where it was supposed to be built. So if we could just vote on prove that. It'll be 62 feet from top of bank.
It's just the whole area or just where the building's at?
I think it just needs to be 62 feet from that corner of the building there.
That's not,
Everything else will be further away, yeah.
Northeast corner of the building.
you don't want
Is
to
this,
change.
no, that's just encroaching just a little bit.
But it needs to be the width of the building, doesn't it? Because the next corner will be too close too,
Well, no, because of the way of the
Actually,
land, the ditch is pulling away from.
I guess.
But until you get to 75, it's still.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see how the ditch is pulling away to the northwest? Here's the lowest spot right
Okay.
here. That's,
So this corner is probably,
yeah,
75.
see, it's
Okay.
time you get over here,
Okay.
it's missing. So this corner is only, it was only about that much, but that's the shaded area is the floodplain and that's a steep hill.
Mm-hmm.
There's 22 feet to the hill and 62 feet to the top of bank.
Okay.
Okay. Must be a good barn, built, kept it good up there, 19.
Kenny Hoskin
Yeah.
kept a roof on it. I've been in that barn getting
Good,
ready.
solid. Yep.
That's the only way
Grandfather,
they.
man, and then if it ever falls down, well, then we start over again.
So we will need someone to make a motion to that effect.
Well,
Second,
All right, Mr. Cates, if I'm translating that, I will. You're giving Mark Swanner the variance at 62 feet for the corner of his barn.
grandfather did.
So he's grandfathered in and can,
With a hold harmless agreement. Right?
I don't think we need one.
We don't think we'll need one?
It's up on the hill. It's never
Okay.
flooded before. It's not in the floodplain.
everything but the hold harmless. All right. Because it's structure that's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty.
And water's never, in my lifetime, it can't climb up that hill.
That was,
Too much fall.
If it does, we have other problems.
It's too much fall. The courthouse.
like in North Carolina, right?
yeah. Kenny made that, and did you second that?
Gordon did.
Gordon seconded, thank you. Any other discussion? Ready to vote? All those in favor would say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. I think we're unanimous. Okay. Powers drain.
Mr. Worrell called this morning and he canceled that meeting. They don't quite have their agreement, but he was wanting to redirect a watershed. He's talked to Gordon about it and we just want to cancel it today.
Okay. Notes Branch of Keaton. Set a public hearing date.
Okay, Mary?
Okay. I have a petition from David DeBoer and Barry Keith, and they'd like to have a public hearing on the Notes Branch of Keaton. And I could do it either December 20th or the 31st.
I'm all in favor of doing it on the 31st, so I can work the last day.
How big a project is it, this? Got any idea?
Well, they wanted to do-
We got a drain board meeting on the 31st.
I still think that should be a holiday.
Sorry. The next day is,
That's a Monday.
it's a Tuesday.
The 31st would be a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We usually have our meeting on the
Okay,
Tuesday.
here's what we,
He's already forgetting.
Yeah. He's already out the door. He's waiting for that guy to take over.
He's shut down.
no, I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay in. Okay, here's what we got.
Are you sure?
This is what you prepared, right? Current maintenance is $10 an acre with with $150 home site and $100 minimum. They would like to increase it to $50 per acre with a $150 home site and a $150 minimum for a 4-year collection.
You're not changing the home side, are you? You're just changing the
Just
acres.
changing it.
Right.
And the minimum.
Where's the assessment on there?
How many acres we talking?
3 or 4 hundred.
Yeah,
Here's both of them.
290 acres.
They own most of it?
Yeah.
The warranty?
He's got 2 sisters involved. One,
Who does?
whose sisters are those? Rhonda Price and
I thought this cousins, but not.
cousins. There's other landowners involved that don't necessarily get along.
They all get along?
Don't necessarily
Oh,
get
they
along.
don't.
That was,
Some of the landowners don't get along.
well, there's a sister don't want to spend the money.
Yeah, that's it. They don't want to spend the money, but yeah, they've got the majority of the acres between
Okay.
Barry and
Yeah,
Dave DeVore.
She,
the
Dave
two of them
DeVore?
together
Yeah,
have
they're-
38%.
Okay, they got 38% of the acreage.
Sisters? Dave's sisters? Or Barry's sisters?
Barry's sister,
Did you say Dave DeVore's got something in there?
Barry's cousin.
Yeah,
Barry's
Dave
cousin.
DeVore has
Okay.
68.
he got 68 acres and the other guy's got 43 acres.
It'll surprise me if she shows.
And so they have 38.35% of the,
Watershed to get this to the hearing.
Okay.
they only needed 10, but.
Mm-hmm.
They need it.
We'll go with their rates that they want.
Okay.
Yeah, you can back down, but you can't go up, so.
Mary wants to have a public hearing on the last day.
Yeah, I say we'll do it 31st if you guys.
Mark would love to do it on the 31st.
Yeah, watch you have a police thing that day. You won't be able to attend.
So the recommendation is $50 an acre, 150 home site, 150 minimum, and a 4-year collection.
Correct.
Yep.
What,
Doesn't matter whichever date you choose.
so what are they gonna do? They gonna replace the tile or?
Yeah, they want to replace the tile, collect this money up and
In the
like they
back.
did on the Ratliff and the Keaton
Okay.
and not.
Notes. Notes.
It needs the water stats over
They raised it and that's how that money's accumulating. It's just not accumulating fast
Yeah,
enough.
okay.
We'll raise it again.
there. I think
They've got the other two done.
Scott or somebody give them a figure on the thing, okay? I can't remember what it was. 64?
But they got the outlet done a few years ago. And they've got the other one done. They just got it done up to 13.
So we just need to pick, we can either pick the 10th or the 31st. Is the 10th going to rush you, or
I'm sorry?
is the 10th, if we do the 10th, is that rushing you, or?
No. As long as the assessment roll's ready to go, I'm good.
So we've got the 10th or the 31st, guys, whatever you want to
Assessment
do.
real small. It should just be updated, right? We said we run it through the computer. It should be ready to go.
You be in Florida?
I don't know. Oh, well, the ticket don't come back.
If he's on WebEx, he couldn't vote on it because it's money.
Yeah, any taxation, WebEx vote doesn't count. You have to be in person, so.
I don't know if I'm gonna be, I don't know, I'm gonna go somewhere in Arizona, but I don't know if it's the end of the year or the first of the year. So maybe if we pick the
Do it the
10th.
10th.
10th would be better.
Do it the 10th.
That's all right.
10th.
So we will need,
Huh?
10th.
we will need somebody to make that motion for a public hearing on the 10th with the 50, 150, 150, and 4-year collection.
I make that motion.
Mr. Goff has made a motion for public hearing on the 10th of December, and again with a $50 an acre amount, 150 per home, 150 minimum with a 4-year collection. Is there support for that?
I'll second it.
Second, Mr. Cox. We can discuss it. Anything we need to discuss? Hearing none. All those in favor would say aye. Aye. It is carried. All right.
That next one's been, I discussed that, we've been fixed that.
Good.
Could you tell, was that tile still functioning?
Yeah,
Functioning, yes.
I mean, the big one.
Yeah, it's functioning. It's egg-shaped plastic. It's limited.
But across the road, it was still.
it was broke down 3 places across the road and had a hump in the dirt, and he real gingerly fixed it, or they would have been a lot bigger bill, because it's where you stop on those quarter tile, you know.
It's going to be a future problem. I mean, it needs raised and approached, but
Well, that's what Henshaw said. It was
somebody
not that good.
needs to petition it to do it.
All right.
If he feels like it.
We ready for
Get him on,
Matthias
but-
on the road run?
Georgia would.
Nick and Glenn have 28.
Well, George is the only landowner.
No, he was quite vocal about his opinion on it. He's for raising it. He thought it was silly to be as low as it is.
Let's go on to Matthias at Rouge Run.
Okay, that's the one I read the claims off on, and it's been fixed, so we
It's the one that's
bypassed.
fixed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's bypassed that.
So we're done with our new business?
Yep.
Ready to go to other business and our public hearing? That is correct?
Yes.
All right. We will open the public hearing for the Moriarty McMahon ditch. And we will have Jim walk us through the history of what we're doing, and then open it up for any public comment.
The current maintenance is $5 an acre with a $50 home site and a $10 minimum for collection in 4 years. Due to a petition for increase on the maintenance, Grant County Drainage Board would like the drain assessed at $10 an acre, $100 per home site, and a $25 minimum for a collection of 8 years, beginning in the spring of 2025. This is 882 acres, 0.81 in the watershed. That would bring in a new proposed rate, $8,828 a year. And then there's 38 home sites at $100 a home site per year. Bring in another 3,800, which would raise it to $12,774. And it currently brings in, where'd that go?
Half that.
Yeah, half that. Right, $6,366.
So what they gonna propose,
8-year
but-
collection.
what they gonna do? We gotta,
Well, look, we've done wiped out the account and we started working on it, and this'll, right, that's the one.
where's it at?
Just south of Van Buren, parallels State Road 5. They're just about done with the first part that you approved up to State Road 5, and
This will continue it on.
gives them money to keep going. They've got another 1.5 miles roughly, or no, 2 miles, close to 2 miles still.
Were they cleaning the ditch out now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ed Lynn was in this morning about 10, and he's in favor of it. He thought the meeting was at 10, so he just wanted to let me and Mary know he is in favor of it. Mick Roush is here today to support it.
All right. Any other questions from the board before we go to public comment? Okay. We will open the public hearing side to the public. If you'd like to speak for or against the proposed increase, actually just step up, give us your name and address for the record, and let us have it.
Mary said there was no written objection, so that's a good sign.
Good.
Nick Roush, 7824 North 200 West Hartford City. I'm very much in favor of it. The thing has grown up, it's sediment in it, doesn't flow very good. We're right in the middle of it, between Big Black Creek and the upper end, but it needs to be taken care of.
Thank you, sir.
Next person?
Anyone else want to speak to the issue?
It's easy.
It's gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Mick, you can say that you dominated
Yeah.
the entire dialogue of this public hearing.
The easiest public hearings I've been to on raising ditch tax.
Mark,
I'm
this might be
surprised there
Jim
wasn't some
Johnson's
opposition.
draw.
Yeah. All right. Going once, going twice. We don't have anybody online, so. All right. We will close the public portion of this meeting and turn it over to the board for their decision. Gentlemen?
I say, let them do it. Get their money. I mean, they need it.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah.
I would say that as easy as it is, maybe we should have made it much more.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Then we might have had some objections.
At least to the start, you know, you can get money coming in.
So do I have a,
How close is this to Van Buren? How close is it to Van Buren?
About a mile and a half south.
And it's on the east side of the road, part of it, then it switches, is on the west side.
Is it open ditch we're talking about at the time? Okay.
I'll need a motion to approve.
I move we approve this increase on Moore-Edy McMahon ditch.
I'll second.
Motion, Mr. Cox, a second, Mr. Goff. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor would say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it is carried.
Well, that was the easiest.
Best public hearing we've had in a long time.
You know, we had few, in the last month or 2 months, we approved things. They had the money in it. Didn't want to, well, we got the money, but we don't want to do this. Don't come to us till you get the money.
Yep.
This
That's
is
a
what
good deal.
All right, we will close that public hearing and, Jim, do we have anything else? Raymond has a little bit.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
On the Monroe ditch, just north of 18 and west of State Road 5, Inyard dug it and brushed it and dug it, and it has spoil that needs to be feathered out. Rick, John's Repair has stopped and talked to Gabbert and has his blessing to do it. There is also a tributary that comes off on Gabbert's property that goes to a Haynes tile north of 18. And the landowner, Mike Gabbert, is willing to, or interested in dredging that ditch. Excuse me. It's about 1,200 to 1,300 feet. My question is, can we just give it to John's Repair to do and have him do it while it's there? Or do we have to take something of that nature to a bid? Because he's saying if it's, he hasn't looked at it real close. He's saying $4 to $5 a foot if it's smaller brush, 6 to 7 if it's heavier brush. You're looking at anywhere from 4,800 to 9,000, depending on what he finds in the
Is there any money
situation.
in it?
Yeah, is there money in the
There's
fund?
money in the fund. It's Liver Creek and tributaries. It's got
On one property or multiples?
one at the moment, and then the tributary goes through another individual for 1,300 feet. Do we need to, again, do we need to bid it, or do we just let him do it, saying how he's there? We had the Monroe and Taylor ditch that we sent out 10 invitations, and he's the only one that responded. So, and a question,
Could he look at it and give us a ballpark price?
oh yeah. It's nothing that he can do right away. My persona is what is the board willing to let me and Jim tell the contractor, yeah, go ahead and do that, instead of waiting 2 weeks to come to another meeting? Because I mean, if the contractor's on a job, we see that they can do more and improve the situation while they're there. They don't want to wait 2 weeks to come to do it. What dollar amount, I guess, is what I'm after. Are you guys willing to let us approve without running past you?
Is there 9,000 in the fund?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Seeing
How
that
much
it's
Luger
on
Creek
a
is?
job, if it's on a job, I don't have as much problem if he just said, oh, I see something needs done.
But
Then we
this is
probably-
adding another job to it.
Yeah,
Luger tributaries.
I don't have a problem with us giving him that leeway.
But
Especially when the.
up to what amount?
Like,
No, but he's talking in general, if somebody else comes in, how much? I'd say up to $10,000.
how much?
As long as 10,000, as long as there's money in the fund.
And this,
Yeah, we would always check to see if there's money.
Of course, if
Luger
you're-
Creek and Tribs has 135,000.
And we've done all kind of work out there the last couple of years. That money's being spent all the time out there.
it's a huge watershed. I think it pulls in like 45,000 a year or something of that nature. So there's money to work with, but it's a huge area to work on.
Exceed 10,000?
Is this in dirt or is this in muck?
No, so much.
And it's just,
No,
Yes.
because we're giving broad allowance on any ditch, not specifically this,
Oh, okay.
right? Isn't that what you're asking?
yes, I mean,
How much can he approve without having to bring it to the board?
yeah.
Is there a set amount now?
I don't remember
We shot for
policy.
3,000, but I went over that a few times without talking to you guys. I mean, when we had,
It just seems like
you can't get a whole lot done if you're doing a lot for 3.
it
Yeah.
really depends on the balance in each.
But as long as there's money in the fund to
Yeah.
cover it.
What happened, you said the sent out.
Went, sent out 10 requests and got 1 response.
And they were all busy. I mean, we still need to take quotes all the time, anytime we can when it's a bigger job.
Yeah.
Whether it delays stuff or not, to give everybody a chance, but for some reason, nobody wanted to put a price in on that one.
I'd say if it gets over 3,000, well, we need to know about it.
That's fair.
3,000, not much.
Yeah, that don't get much done
Doesn't get
anymore.
That won't do any clearing or dipping, but it'll
No,
do
but when you
water
get into
repair
a
work.
big job like this, you know, we, nothing more, call us, touch base with us.
I'm not gonna object to whatever, you know, and we gotta have accountability, but I'm not
If we
worried
get,
about.
if we get the surveyors approving all this, they won't need us.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
At the end of this little open ditch they're talking about, like, we talked to a gentleman years ago that's got land at the far end of an ancient tile. And the crew spent a couple hours running elevations for him. I explained to him the situation about you gotta get 10% of affected acreage. Well, nobody wanted to sign the petition, so the tile is still bad on the end of this one. And his name happens to be Mr. Beischer, and he lives out on Pennsylvania, you know, where that pipe and the
Yeah.
road got raised, and he came in to chew on me yesterday. He's still mad what John Webster did 30 years ago. And he'll be glad when I'm gone, he told me. But, you know, I took it but the reason that road got raised, you know, it's a natural stream on the other side. He's not getting any more water than he ever did. And of course, the water comes across Terry Rose's property, trees fall in. They're his trees, it's his property, there's no ditch easement there. And, you know, John Webster was one of the best highway superintendents we had next to David. And the whole reason the road was raised was so people quit running into each other. Because they didn't know how to drive on their side of the road on that hump. And you got the Legion driveway was just down there. We don't care about that. He don't like people to, you know, look in their tide or looking at his patio. You know, he's probably been up to the commissioner's office before too.
I'm sure he has. I don't recall it.
Justin's talking to him. David's talked to him.
Did we get the answer for Raymond's question?
Well, I just said 3,000.
Richard said 10.
I don't know if they
Well,
go.
about 5. We do it on,
I hear more.
How about 750?
there you go.
3,000 won't do very much.
No,
No,
and
That
2,000
way we can
isn't
keep
either.
stuff moving without bringing it to the board.
What happens if you don't have no money in the fund?
Well,
That's
then they
not,
won't approve it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the money's gotta be
The
there.
money's gotta be there.
We've got
I gotta
already
be able
got
to
the
see
contractor and the
money in
landowner.
accounts.
There's still gonna be decisions for the board to make.
I'm not,
I mean,
this is probably gonna piss somebody off. But we're not gonna get in the place that we got favored contractors,
no, I don't want that to happen.
okay?
No.
That they just automatically get approved. If I'm a
The
contractor,
jobs, we
I
gotta watch
hey,
ourselves on
that
that.
ditch needs fixed. Well, hell, they all need
yeah,
fixed.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to spread it around. That's how I've always liked to do it.
But if they can fix it for $10,000,
Well, I'm not saying that, but we ought to know about it.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, but I see the point. Okay, he's there, he's almost done with this job, he's ready to
Well, I
move.
understand that if they're there and so on and so forth. And
But he's gotta wait 2 weeks to come to drainage board to get approval to do it. What's the cost to move equipment?
understand.
500 minimum.
$500
So what do you
a
want to
trip?
make it? What do you want to make it?
I don't have a problem with 10, but as long as the money is in the fund.
Yeah. And if he's already on the job,
And he's already in the area.
If they're on the job and so on and so forth.
If he's on the job, that's different,
yeah,
because that's an additional cost from that job.
yeah.
It should be done.
Well, and if you pull out and come back, there's a good chance you're driving over people again that
Yep.
you wouldn't have to drive over again.
What I would recommend is that, with that question, we make it a policy. We'll need a motion with support to do that. That way it's on the record. And that way you've got it written so that, I thought we said we were gonna do that. It's either gonna be
Okay.
in black and white or it's not.
I'll make a motion that we allow the surveyor to approve up to $10,000 for a job without bringing it in front of the board, as long as there's money in the fund to cover that project.
And it's a continuation of a,
And it's a continuation of a previous project.
If you're on a job site, it takes that to finish.
I think that's the intent of that motion, yeah. That sound good?
I second that.
All right, we've got a motion with support. We want to discuss it any further?
10,000 is not much money anymore.
No,
Not anymore.
It's not.
I mean,
For heavy equipment.
Since 2020, everything went
You gotta go
sky
black
high.
pipe, that isn't much.
yeah, was like this, one that approved on, Cook Exley and Big Deer. I didn't think that, but they gotta move their equipment in. 10,000 is not much money to
Yep.
do a project, so.
All those in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye. It's carried.
Thank you.
All right, any more?
Not at the
Who
moment.
wants to make the motion?
I'll make a motion with your,
All right. Kate's, second.
Second.
Cox, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And we've signed all our paperwork, right, Mary?
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder what they got, now the voting over there at the courthouse.
Voting's at the courthouse. I voted last week and it took 45 minutes to get through, so.
I voted yesterday about 10 and it took an hour and 10 minutes.